Islam, Islam, Islamism. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First and foremost, I would like to rise to my highest of heights and give an all-perfect praise to our Father God Allah, acknowledging our ancestors, known and unknown, recognizing and naming all true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and the last prophet in these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, noble Jew Ali, and his first, second, and third form. I would like to remain standing and extend those honors to our National Grand Sheikh, Joe Bratton Bey, all national officials at headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland, all sheiks, sheikesses, deputy sheiks, and deputy sheikesses, and all of our friends, visitors, guests, citizens, children, members. I greet you all with Islam. Today's date for the record is January 3rd, 2021, according to the Gregorian calendar. And as always, we open with paying homage to our Mother, Father, God, Allah. So can I please have everyone who is able to stand erect, facing towards the east, heels together, toes apart, separated at a 45-degree angle, upper arms parallel to the floor, forearms perpendicular, 5 fingers erect and together on the left, and 2 fingers erect and together on the right. Allah, Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Jew Ali. Ameen. Islam. We would like to welcome you all to our National Town Hall Educational Forum call, being brought to you by the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic, under the guidance and direction of our National Grand Sheikh, Joel Bratton Bey. I am the moderator for this evening's call. I am Brother Cornelius Sanders Bey, calling out of Lake County, Florida Republic. And I'll be going into our administrative announcements. And our first administrative announcement will be given by myself. On behalf of the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic, I would like to thank the guests that are on this Moorish National Town Hall meeting, and we thank you for joining us this evening. Our prophet, Noble Jew Ali, founded the ancient Canaanite temple in 1913 in Essex County, New Jersey. Later, in 1916, his missionary work was entitled The Moorish Divine and National Movement. In 1917, he transferred the movement to Cook County, Illinois. In 1925, the temple was called the Moorish Temple of Science. In 1926, the temple was incorporated as a civic organization. In 1927, the temple was unofficially adopted as the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Our prophet, Noble Jew Ali, stated that the Negro problem is being solved only as it can, and that is by the Moorish Divine and National Movement. If you have a nation, you must have a free national name in order to be recognized by this nation as an American citizen. After lawfully connecting with the private international law of the Pan American Conference in 1928, the temple's name was changed to the Moorish Science Temple of America. The temple was then incorporated as a religious organization under the Illinois Revised Statutes in Cook County, giving the temple and its members national and international power. During this same period of time, unfaithful members of the Moorish Science Temple of America in Chicago and Detroit conspired to destroy the positive existence of the movement, causing great confusion. This is the reason for the misunderstanding of the national side of the movement amongst all Moorish subhanAllah. This is the reason for the misunderstanding of the national side of the movement amongst all Moorish Americans until this very day. Our prophet, Noble Jew Ali, stated that Chicago is doomed and Detroit must go down for what they did to I, your prophet. Afterwards, in 1929, our Prophet Noble Jew Ali made his transition to the plane of soul. Our purpose of establishing this meeting on Sundays is to properly educate people on what the Negro problem really is and to educate people concerning the national side of the movement of our Prophet Noble Jew Ali so that you may receive a clear understanding of it. Our Prophet Noble Jew Ali also stated, "Come all ye Asiatics of America and hear the truth about your nationality and birthrights, because you are not Negroes." In other words, all calling themselves Negroes, Black people, colored folk, Afro-American, Latino, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, or any other such names that allude to slavery, you are not these. Your nationality has been taken away from you, and your birthrights have been stolen from you by way of your original birth certificate, social security card, and your state ID/driver's license, which is why clear color copies, both front and back from these, is required from you when applying for Moorish American citizenship as you transform from your lower self to your higher self while working towards your actual freedom and becoming free national Moorish American citizens. You have ignorantly contracted into the jurisdiction of the federal U.S. government corporation. Thus, your nationality is United States. You have surrendered your free national state citizenship by registering yourself voluntarily as a beneficiary of the U.S. government corporation by way of your birth certificate, which is an unrevealed trust account instrument placing you in commerce with the federal U.S. Federal U.S. citizens are not citizens at all. They are subjects and property of the District of Columbia. Residents and franchisees of the so-called bankrupt U.S. government corporation under municipal law. The Constitution for the U.S.A., the Bill of Rights, and the 13th Amendment with its 20 sections does not apply to federal U.S. citizens. Federal U.S. citizens are subjects and property under statutory, admiralty, and maritime law, as well as martial law under the undisclosed presumption of an international contract. Federal U.S. citizens have no constitutional protections or unalienable rights. They only have granted privileges by the U.S. government corporation. Legal persons born or naturalized in the federal U.S. were made exclusively by the 14th Amendment after the Civil War. The 14th Amendment was never lawfully ratified and therefore unconstitutional. Our Prophet Noble Jew Ali held up the red flag with the five-pointed green star in the center in his right hand. This is our national flag. It is poorly misunderstood as the flag of Morocco. It is properly comprehended as the Moorish flag. He also held up the 48-star flag of the U.S.A. in his left hand. This is our flag of peace, friendship, and commerce within the states of the Union under the Republican form of government in this country. The 50-star flag of the U.S. with gold fringes around it does not represent free national Moorish American citizens. Social Security benefits and the income tax are voluntary contracts made mandatory for federal government employees and U.S. citizens who receive benefits from the federal government corporation. Asiatics are the aboriginal indigenous inhabitants of America. However, due to the fact that the Asiatics' birthrights have been stolen and we have fallen from the constitutional laws of the government, being placed in a chattel property status because of the reorganization with the U.S. with the New Deal in 1933, the Asiatics are now aliens, not to this country, but to all free national governments. We encourage everyone to become a naturalized Moor and register with the Moorish National Bureau of Vital Statistics in order to become part and parcel of this free national government. In this way, you are under the divine authority of our Honorable Prophet Noble Jew Ali, being under the jurisdiction of the Emancipation Proclamations of President Abraham Lincoln, inclusive of the 13th Amendment with its 20 sections, and not under federal jurisdiction, making your identity and your nationality Moorish American. The bankruptcy of the United States is a fraud. The Uniform Commercial Code administers this fraudulent bankruptcy. So those who undergo the UCC 1 finances statement and its faith, subhanAllah, and its further paperwork applications become a party to this fraud and disconnect themselves from the divine authority of our Honorable Prophet Noble Jew Ali, which is the conspiracy of the international banking cartel against us Moorish Americans. Also, having a seat in the United Nations is a trap. This places you under the controls of the cartels of Europe as well. Furthermore, a government that is a democracy is a trick because this type of government is not of the common people, for the common people, nor by the common people. Educating the masses on these issues in order for the Asiatics to become functionally active is of the utmost importance for the progress and growth of the Moorish Divine and National Movement. For more information, visit our website, www.moorishamericannationalrepublic.com. During this meeting, we would like our guests to remain muted if you are not speaking. This will prevent background noise coming from you as these calls are being recorded. When you want to speak, press the star button twice to unmute your phone and state your name and where you are calling from. You may submit your questions to our email, townhall@moorishamericannationalrepublic.com, so your questions will be answered in the order in which they are received, as the email questions supersede direct questions from the audience. We would like our guests to continue to attend these meetings, and please invite your family members, associates, and friends to attend these meetings. Islam. And that will conclude our first administrative announcement. Our next administrative announcement will be coming by way of our Sunday school, which will be given by my beloved angel daughter, Ariana Sanders Bay. Islam there, beloved, you can press star, and you have the floor.
Islam,
you have the floor.
this is Sister Ariana Sanders Bay, calling from the Florida Republic. First, I'd like to rise to my highest height, giving all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God, Allah, and giving honors to all the true and divine prophets, namely Jesus, Muhammed, Buddha, Confucius, and the last prophet in these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Ali, in the first, second, and third form. I would like to remain standing and extend those honors to our National Grand Chief, Joel Brattenbray, all national officials at headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland, all sheiks, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses, and to all that are on the call as well. The Divine and National Movement of North America Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic, expects the presence of all members and invites the public to join us every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Moorish Sunday class conference call. Please join us by calling 443-961-4434. All Moors currently naturalized to the Moorish American National Republic and who have not already done so are requested to forward an email to manrsundayschool@gmail.com. This will confirm your registration and allow you to receive your information packet. Please include the names of all children, their ages, birthdays, and school grades. Also, we are requesting that members send us family pictures for posting on our website, pictures of Moorish families studying, playing, working, etc., and in unity. This is highly desirable. Please be advised that submission of your photo constitutes your permission to post. To submit your photo, send via email to sundayschool@moorishamericannationalrepublic.com. Again, the Moorish American National Republic Sunday School Conference call is at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we invite the public to please join us by calling 443-961-4434. We had a holy and divine class today. You can listen to today's class at www.moorishamericannationalrepublic.com. We look forward to exercising our five senses together with you, manifesting guidance for our nation. Islam and peace.
Islam. And thank you for that administrative announcement. Beloved, appreciate you. Islam. Our next administrative announcement will be coming by way of our Moorish School in Law and History, which will be given by our good beloved sister, Carla Green Ill. Islam there, beloved sister. You can press star, and you have the floor.
Islam,
good sister Carla Green Ill. Your voice is loud and clear. Your vibrations are strong. Trusting all is well with you and the family. And you have the floor.
Islam, and thank you, Brother Cornelius Sanders Bay. All is well. trusting all is well with you and your family. Islam family, this is Sister Carla Green Eel from the Massachusetts Commonwealth. I rise to my highest heights and give all perfect praises to the Mother, Father, God of the universe, Allah. I give honors to our ancestors, known and unknown, recognizing and naming all true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and the last prophet in these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Allah, in his first, second, and third form. Extending honors to our National Grand Sheikh, Joe Bratton Bey, all national and local officials, all sheikhs, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses, all of our children, students, members, guests, and citizens. I greet you all with Islam. Please remain muted for this very important announcement. Peace and greetings. The Moorish Science Temple, Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic, requires from everyone desiring to proclaim their Moorish American nationality to fill out and complete an application for Moorish American citizenship and 3-course registration forms for each of the Moorish law and history courses, which I'll explain later. Many people question, why do we have to fill out paperwork and submit copies of our personal documents? This is the reason. We must know who you are, your background, previous affiliations, work history, physical abilities, education, skills, training, etc. First of all, these documents do not belong to you. They belong to the federal government, for you must remember that in their jurisdiction, you are an artificial corporation under civil rights and granted privileges. Secondly, we require these documents because once you are a free national Moorish American citizen, your file will be in the Moorish National Bureau of Vital Statistics, which is set up for each natural person. These Moorish documents that you'll be receiving at the time of your naturalization are prepared from these documents. The most important page in the application is the self-audit page. This allows you to make sure you know the appropriate attire to wear during naturalization and are submitting the required documents, fees, and photos. The documents must be clear-colored copies for clarity and authenticity. The photos must be passport size. We use the photos for your nationality and ID card. Please have your national and religious headdress on and write your name on the back of the photos. The application process is reviewed each week because applications are received in the National Registrar's Office with either incomplete applications, no photos, or no documents. If a question on the application does not apply to you, place N/A, not applicable. This lets us know that you did read the question, but did not omit it. We must read and follow instructions and learn to ask questions if we do not comprehend what is being said. The second part of the process is enrolling into the Moorish School of Law and History by registering for the 3 courses with the following completed forms. 1. A warning from the Prophet class form. 2. Be it known class form. 3. Nationality and ID card class form. 4. Course rules and agreement form. Visit our website, www.moorishamericannationalrepublic.com, and download the application and registration forms. These forms will have the full instructions, requirements, and prerequisites for the classes. Also, mail with your application an updated copy of your resume. You are not paying for your nationality. Your nationality is free of charge. You are paying for the cost of enrolling in the Moorish School of Law and History, just as one pays tuition when enrolling into a college or a university. The costs are also directed to the application processes of the preparation of your documents, as you'll receive these once you've completed the courses. It takes finances to raise a nation, and it takes finances to maintain and operate an educational forum. This concludes the administrative announcement. By way of the Moorish School of Law and History, I return the floor to the moderator. Islam and peace.
Islam. And thank you for that administrative announcement, good Sister Carla Green Ill. Appreciate you much, beloved. Islam. Our next administrative announcement will be coming by way of our good brother Michael Simpson Ill Jr. with our warning. Islam, their beloved brother, you can press ***, and you have the floor.
Islam, that good brother Sanders Bay. Can you hear me?
Islam, I can hear you loud and clear, my good brother. Your vibrations are strong and clear. Trusting all is well with you and the family. It's always a pleasure to hear your vibration, and you have the floor.
Islam, good brother. Always good to hear your vibrations as well. All is truly well with the family, and all is truly well with you and the family.
Indeed, giving thanks, beloved. You have the floor.
Thank you much, beloved. Much honor and gratitude. Brother Michael Simpson Hill Jr., calling out of Wayne County, Michigan Republic. First, I'd like to rise to my highest heights, giving the all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God, Allah, to all our ancestors, spoken and unspoken, naming and honoring all true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammed, Buddha, and Confucius, and our last prophet in these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, our great Redeemer, Noble Jew Ali, in his first, second, and third form. I also like to extend those honors to our headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland, Temple number 13, our National Grand Sheikh, Joe Bratton Bay, to all our national officials, sheiks, sheikesses, deputy sheiks, and deputy sheikesses, and to all our family, friends, guests, citizens, and to our illustrious future, our children, I greet you all with Islam. This administrative announcement is coming by way of our Sergeant at Arms Administration. Warning, if any persons, groups, or companies claiming to represent the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic, in any way offering to sell you such things as the application for Moorish American citizenship, naturalization paperwork, nationalization paperwork, trust documents with the Moorish American National Republic's logos, passports, diplomatic appointments, diplomatic papers, diplomatic motor vehicle license plates, driver's licenses, titles of nobility, doctorates or other educational titles, business banking license, tax shelters, tax identification cards, or the likeness of any of these, please contact the Moorish National Bureau of Investigation at area code 410-501-7301. I repeat, area code 410-501-7301. Immediately. Violators will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. The members and the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic are not sovereign citizens, nor Moorish nationals. The Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North Subhanallah, the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic is not, I repeat, is not a sovereign citizens movement. This administrative announcement comes by way of our Solicitor General, National Grand Sheikh, Joe Bratton Bay. And that concludes the reading of this administrative announcement. Islam, that good brother Sanders Bay, the floor is yours. Islam?
Islam. And thank you for that administrative announcement, my good brother Michael Simpson L. Jr. Appreciate you much, beloved. Our next administrative announcement will be coming by way of our Deputy Sheikess, Alyssa Thomas Bay, with our caveat emptor. Islam there, beloved. You can press ***, and you have the floor.
Islam, brother, all is well?
Islam, Deputy Sheikess, all is truly well. It's definitely a pleasure to hear your vibration and trusting all is well with you and the family. And I trust that y'all are staying nice and warm. You have the floor.
Islam, giving thanks, brother, and all is well. Islam, this is Deputy Sheikess Alyssa Thomas Bay. First, I'd like to rise. I give all perfect praises to Allah, all of the divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammed, Buddha, and Confucius, our prophet in these days and time, Prophet Noble Jew Ali, our National Grand Sheikh Joel Batten Bay, all of our national officials, all of our sheiks, sheikesses, deputy sheiks, deputy sheikesses, members, citizens, students, and guests. I greet you all with Islam. Notice to the public, let the buyer beware. Caveat emptor, Moors are men upright, independent, and fearless, who care for their loved ones and follow the prophet to a destiny which is not uncertain nor unknown. They are fortified by the impregnable doctrine built upon love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. It is therefore folly at its greatest height for smelly culprits with their insidious plans to invade such realms. They try and try, but their own bad planning brings down wrath upon their head, like the sword old Damocles had. Intrigue and scurrilous cunning find a difficult path to travel within the ranks of the Moors. This is so because the Moorish movement has been well planned by Prophet Noble Jalil, whose latent powers are abundant, unknown, and may be called into action as a matter of defense at any moment. Prophet Noble Jalil knows the people within his ranks who are interested. They are vanguard of the movement, as the Moorish force increase here in America. All of the Moors are active, not passive, and members' interest can only be in one direction, and having traveled over the road years before the Prophet knows where every member is along the road. A few feet below is another road where schemers walk, where traders grin and culprits bask in the sun. They think they are on the same road with the true Moors, but the Moors are high above on a pinnacle, where they might view the destructionists as they fought for the last time and their bones bleach in the sultry midday sun. Hungry scavengers flying high catch scent, devour, and leave, crying out, caveat emptor, cast out the dead carcass. The Moors high above see these plotters, pervious, the worst that exists, hurl themselves downward by their own work as the hawks await. By Prophet Noble Jalil. The Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Inc., number 13, Moorish American National Republic, advises the public with the words of the warning written by Prophet Noble Jalil. The caveat emptor article message is same today in 2021 as when written in 1928. We have been contacted by various natural persons who have sent funds to individuals and organizations. Said funds paying for various documents. Said individuals and organizations have no affiliation with the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Inc., number 13, Moorish American National Republic. We herein advise the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Inc., number 13, Moorish American National Republic does not sell documents of any type. Again, we do not sell documents. Again, be herein notified that said individuals and organizations have no affiliation with our organization, the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Inc., number 13, Moorish American National Republic. Some of said organizations have merit names, which read closely to ours. Therefore, pay close attention to whom it is you are sending your funds. As the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Inc., number 13, Moorish American National Republic carries no liability for funds sent to these individuals and organizations. There may be others, yet the two I'm about to list have repeatedly been cited by those natural persons as the parties to whom funds were sent under guise of sending said funds to our organization. R.V. Bay Publication, Moorish National Republic, the Federal Government, Moorish Divine and National Movement of the World, the Moorish Science Temple of America. We will update this list as necessary. Trustly, the public is advised that the buyer beware. That concludes my administrative announcement. I return the floor to the moderator. Islam and peace.
Islam. And thank you for that administrative announcement, Deputy Sheikis Alyssa Thomas Bay. Appreciate you much, beloved. Our next administrative announcements will be coming by way of our good sister Norma Solomon Ill with our National Holy Night meeting and our Sisters Auxiliary. Islam, their beloved sister, you can press star, star, and you have the floor.
Islam, beloved brother. All is well?
Islam, Sister Norma Solomon Ill. All is truly well. I am pleasured to hear your strong and positive vibration, trusting all is well with you and the family. And at this time, you have the floor, beloved.
Islam, giving thanks. Praise Allah. All is truly well. Islam. Islam to the family. This is Sister Norma Solomon Ill, calling out of the Bronx County in the New York Republic. First and foremost, I rise to my highest heights, giving all perfect praise and the highest honor to Allah, the Mother, Father, God of the universe, naming and recognizing all true and divine prophets, known and unknown, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and to our illustrious Hebrew prophet in this new era of time, our beloved prophet Noble Drew Ali in his first, second, and third form. I remain standing, giving high honors to our National Grand Sheikh, Joel Bratton Day, to all of our officials, both national and local, to our grand bodies, all of our sheikesses, our sheiks, our deputy sheikesses, to our citizens, members, students, and any guests that may be on the call this evening, I greet all in and with Islam. The first administrative announcement that I have to give this evening will be coming by way of our National Holy Night Conference Call. Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Islam, all Muslims, the public is invited to join us in our National Holy Night Conference Call Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you live in an area without a temple or you are unable to attend your local Holy Night meeting, our National Holy Night Conference Call is here for you. We invite the public and all members to join our National Holy Night Conference Call at 443-961-4434 every Friday as we celebrate the closing of one creation and the opening of the next. Come give thanks to your creatress, creator, and exercise your five senses, celebrating and commemorating the divine unity of Holy Night. 443-961-4434 every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you at our Holy Night meeting. The next administrative announcement I have to give is coming by way of our sister auxiliary, Islam. The Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Inc., number 13, the Moorish American National Republic is delighted to announce our upcoming conference call dedicated to the uplift of Moabitist members of this divine and national movement under the leadership of our National Grand Sheikh, Joel Bratton Day, and the nobles of our grand body. Our conference call purpose is to create a network system amongst our feminine energy, showcasing the array of talents we, the sisters in this body, have to offer. We are calling on every sister in our organization to heed this call, partake in this uplifting act, and be an active spoke in the wheel of this Moorish Republic. Come and familiarize yourself with your sisters and reap the benefits of membership of this national body that is committed to bring about the positive change necessary to facilitate the uplifting of fallen humanity. We encourage our sisters to get involved and support this demonstration. The Moorish American National Republic Sisters Auxiliary is also requesting the help and support of all our brothers and sisters to donate to our fundraising, Life 10, and Tag Day celebration demonstrations. Show pride in your movement and support the Sister Auxiliary as we assist in the uplifting of fallen humanity by donating $1 for a Life 10, $3 for a tag, and $5 for a magnet. All three are designed to inspire, unite, and encourage dialogue about this great movement and our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali. This Moorish regalia can be viewed on our website, www.MoorishAmericanNationalRepublic.com. Simply go to the resources option and click on the Sister Auxiliary. Any sister or any member willing or interested in joining the Sister Auxiliary, or any member wishing to order regalia, can send an email to sisterauxiliary13@gmail.com. That's SISTERAUXILIARY 13@gmail.com. Please make note of your request in the subject line, whether it is membership, life pins, tags, or magnets. Please give your contact information, including your email address and phone number. Our next meeting will be held on Thursday, January the 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That concludes these administrative announcements. I'll turn the floor back over to the moderator. Islam and peace.
Islam. And thank you for those administrative announcements. Our good sister Norma Solomon Ill, appreciate you much, beloved. At this time, if there's any announcements from any of our national officials, at this time, you can press *** and you have the floor.
Islam.
Islam, that sounds like Sheikh Launch Young Bay.
Islam, Islamism. How are you and the family?
All is truly well. Trusting all is well with you and the family. It's always a pleasure to hear your vibrations, and you have the floor.
Islam, thank you. My name is Sheikh Launch Young Bay. I'm the National Treasurer and Divine Minister out of North Carolina Republic. First, I rise giving all perfect praise to Allah and to our ancestors, some we know of, some we don't, to all our true and divine prophets, just to name a few: Jesus, Muhammed, Buddha, and Confucius, and the last prophet in these days and times, our Redeemer, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in the first form, the second, and the third form. I extend my honors to the forerunner for Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and to our National Grand Sheikh Joe Bratton Bay, to the Sheikhs, Sheikesses, Deputy Sheikhs, brothers, sisters, parents, and students in our Sunday school, and everyone on the call, I greet you all with Islam. This administrative announcement is to the members. When mailing your dues, please include your dues card, a photocopy of your dues card. Make 2 copies. Keep 1 copy home for your record. Include the month and year you are paying your dues. Also, if you change your address, please indicate so with a note when you mail your dues card. This is so we can update and mark your records correctly. That concludes my administrative announcement. And this concludes our administrative announcement for the Moorish Science Temple, Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, Moorish American National Republic. And I turn it back over to the hands to the moderator, Brother Cornelius Sanders Bay. Islamo, thank you for the time. Islam.
Islam. And thank you, Sheikh, for that administrative announcement. Appreciate you much, beloved. Islam.
I appreciate you too, brother. Peace.
Islam. At this time, if there's any announcements from any of our national officials, you can press ** and you have the floor.
What's on, my man?
Islam, Sheikh Orton Bay. Trusting all is well with you and the family. Vibrations is loud and clear, and you have the floor.
Islam, appreciate you, Mo. Islam to the family. Islam, this is your brother, Sheikh Isaiah Orton Bay, calling out of Wayne County, Michigan Republic. First and foremost, I'd like to rise to my highest of all heights and give all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God of the universe, whom we more refer to as Allah, remaining standing and extending those honors to all of our ancestors known and unknown, naming, recognizing all true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, our last prophet in these last days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, the noble Jew Ali, first, second, and third form, remaining standing and extending those honors to our national officials at headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland, under the guidance and direction of our National Grand Sheik, Joe Brattenbeck, all of our staff, sheiks, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses, our citizens, members, family, friends, associates, I greet you all with Islam. Islam Moors, this announcement is for any members or students or guest visitors who would like to be in attendance. Our Michigan Republic, the Moors of the Michigan Republic, we will be hosting our Prophet's Born Day celebration. Our Born Day celebration will be held at More Herbs Wellness Center and Educational Center. That's 16132 West 7 Mile, Detroit, Michigan. Again, we will have our Prophet Celebration Day this coming Friday, January 8th, and it will be held at More Herbs Wellness and Educational Center. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, again, this coming Friday. So if you are in the Michigan Republic and you want to join or come in, we ask that you please make a reservation by no later than the 8th of January, which is this coming Thursday. You can do so by sending a text message. Area code is 313-285-4916. Again, that number to send a text message to make your reservations for our Prophet Celebration Day is area code 313-285-4916. Islam Moors. Again, hope to have our brothers and sisters who can be in attendance come out, share your love and support for our Prophet as we fellowship together and come in together in celebration and honor of our beloved founder who brought us this divine message of nationality, birthright, and divine creed. Let's come together, Moors, and show our appreciation. With that being stated, I'm going to yield the floor back to you, good brother Sanders Bay. Appreciate the time afforded. Islam. Peace.
Islam. And thank you for that beautiful administrative announcement, Sheikh Orton Bay. And I trust that you all will be having a good time on our Prophet Noble Jew Ali's birthright day, Islam. Well, at this time, if there's any other announcements from any of our national officials at this time, you can press star, and you have the floor. Well, we don't have any more announcements from any of our national officials, so we can get started. We have a total of 32 lines on the call. We'd like to thank you all for your presence and your energies, because you could have been anywhere this evening, but you're here with us, and we definitely appreciate you and your energies. And we're going to get into these thought-provoking questions and get some dialogue going, because it's going to be some good dialogue this evening here. All right, our first question for this evening reads, after all these hundreds of years, with our people in slavery, physically, then mentally, will the powers that be really set you free because of some paperwork? Islam, let's go. I need to hear some Islams. After all these hundreds of years, with our people in slavery physically, then mentally, will the powers that be really set you free because of some paperwork? It's a very, very good question. Islam, let's go. Let me hear some Islams. After all these hundreds of years, I'm wondering what hundreds of years. Islam,
What that guy?
Islam. Deputy Sheikh Makabe, I heard a sister. I'll bring you on after. Islam, Sister Shelley Wade Bay, you have the floor.
Islam. Much appreciated, good brother McAlbay, and good to feel your vibrations, brother Cornelia Sanders Bay. Rising to my highest of heights, giving all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God, Allah, remaining standing, giving honors to ancestors known and unknown, and giving honors to all true and divine prophets, namely Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in his first, second, and third form. I'd like to extend those honors and I'd like to remain standing and give honors to our National Grand, Joel Bratton Bay, all national officials, all sheiks, all sheikesses, all deputy sheiks, and all deputy sheikesses, all members on the call, all guests on the call. I greet you all with Islam. I just wanted to add my demonstration. I just wanted to demonstrate with. I believe that yes, it may be 100 years, but you have to have that faith and know who you are. Stand firm with knowing who you are. Stay into using the resources that Allah provided us with, and knowing ourselves. Allah will provide for us. Listen to our Moorish American prayer. He provides for us. He is our protector, our God, and our salvation. So have that trust in who He is, and know who He is, and know who you are, and the changes that will that come will answer the question itself. Islam and peace.
Islam. And thank you for that beautiful demonstration, Sister Shelley Wade Bay, and getting the ball started and getting us that feminine energy. Appreciate you much, beloved. Islam. Deputy Sheikh Makabe, you have the floor.
Islam, give thanks. How you doing today, my brother?
Islam.
Yes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ever seeking refuge from the accursed one and rising to my heights, giving perfect praises to Allah, Mother God, Father of the universe, and earn all true and divine prophets, known, unknown, and reincarnated into illustrious Hebrew prophets in these days and time, Prophet Noble Allah. Our national Grand Sheikh, who is Joel Bratton Bay, give thanks here to the movement and to officials in Baltimore and other republics, to our sheikesses, deputy sheiks, our family, children, friends, guests, newly naturalized most, and as to Marcus Messiah God the Forerunner, and to the ancient spirit that guides us through these turbulent times. We all in love with Islam. Relative to the question, whoever put this question on the floor is putting a time on it. And actually time is irrelevant because the end result is that we find ourselves in slavery, whether physical or mental. That is according to the time and the changes that man install within the time that he governs or rules the nation. Our Circle 7 Koran chapter 47 tells us that we Moorish Americans fell nationality, our birthright, and the names, titles of Negro, Black, and Colors was given to us, who were the Asiatics of America, who were really of Moorish descent. So we who were born in the time of slavery, or during the time of slavery, were not educated of self. So our great God Allah sent us a prophet to enlighten us with the truth, to resurrect ourselves to that first form with our Father God Allah. Our 101 enlightened us that key 46 says, what did Yashua say that would make you free? And that is truth, and that we didn't have. So without the coming of our prophet, now we have a truth, the true picture, which if we study well and apply this truth, we can proceed to free ourselves. So, and also key 52 states, at what place on earth was the physical part of man formed? It says in the Garden of Eden. But as we know, we fell out of the Garden of Eden. So where did we go after being cast out? And in our Circle 7, it talks about, mentions illusion. So if we have no idea, where are we? In the land of illusion. So, you know that law governs all events in coming through these schools, or this College of Law and History, Moorish School of Law and History. So, key, back to key 90, it says, black color Ethiopian. No, 91. Why? Because man is made in the image and after the likeness of Allah. Here we go again, more information to connect ourselves with our Creator. 93 states, will you define the word white? White means spirit, spirit means God, and God means the ruler of the land. And as we know, in the Gospels, it's stated that God gave man dominion of the earth. And the definition of white points to God means the ruler of the land. So every man is supposed to have a piece of land that it belongs to him. The law of nature and nature's God. And we know that God is the maker of all laws, and we as manifest man have to live within that law or those laws. And man himself is the law. We also learn here in these temples, Moorish Science Temple of America, that there are two things in this world which are truth and falsehood. And the truth never changes. And man is the truth and falsehood strangely stirred. So, as far as the powers be is concerned, we should not necessarily be concerned with them, because the laws that freed us is still here and available for us to apply to them. And when we become familiar with the laws, we can set ourselves free. Our prophet came and he departed, leaving us with a foundation of our nation, and for us to continue to build that nation for our younger ones. So with this truth and the proof, because the proof is definitely here, and that paperwork that the questioner was claiming, if it could maybe make us free. We learn here that the government is on paper, and whenever we go to apply for any benefits from the corporate state government, you have to fill out an application. So if you don't know who you are, what will you put on the application? So Act 6 is for us to proclaim our nationality. And that is the process that are the first step that we should go through to make those steps to acquire our freedom. And with that said, I return the floor to the moderator. Islam and peace. Well, Emmanuel,
Islam. And thank you for that beautiful demonstration, Deputy Sheikh Makabe.
Islam.
Love it. Hold the line. Hold up. I heard two people coming in saying Islam. Can I get the first Islam?
That was Deputy Sheikh Brother Roy Bay.
Islam. I heard another Islam.
It was Deputy Sheikh Solicitor Thomas Bay, but I'll yield the floor for the brother. Islam.
Nah. We're Deputy Sheikh Roy Bay. I'll bring you on after the sister. Islam.
Islam. Praise Allah.
Islam. I don't know if you caught my Islam. Also, Brother Sanders Bay. I think last. Islam. Sheikh Orton Bay.
I got Islam, Deputy Sheikh. I mean Sheikh Orton Bay. I got you right after Deputy Sheikh Roy Bay. Islam.
Yeah, Islam.
Islam, Deputy Sheikhish, you have the floor.
Islam, giving thanks, brother, and giving thanks to Deputy Sheikh Roy Bay and Sheikh Orton Bay for yielding the floor. This is Deputy Sheikh Solicitor Thomas Bay. We rise into my highest heights, giving all perfect praises to Allah, all of our divine prophets, our ancestors, our national grand chief, and of course, all of our officials and our brothers and sisters on the call. We rise in. Excellent demonstration that was given by the brothers and the sisters that spoke before me. They pretty much summed it up, but I just wanted to add a little bit to what was put on the floor already. I'm going to answer from a standpoint of our temple, because this is the movement that I'm in. And I'm going to say yes, because the truth shall always set you free. And if you know the information that we are learning, and we have the paperwork and the proof to back it, and you believe it to be truth, then you will know that it will set you free, and it is, it's going to work. I can see how someone who's not in our movement might kind of be skeptical to that, because they haven't seen our paperwork, they haven't really studied our process of freedom, and sometimes they haven't really sat down with our national grand chief to go over the documents and the paperwork that we have available to us, But once you actually sit down with the National Grand and you go over the documents, you go over the paperwork, and you also go over the paperwork and speak to a lot of the members in our temple, explaining and breaking down this information, you get more of a clearer insight on exactly how this paperwork is applied, because that's the whole point. It's not just about having paperwork, it's how you apply it, how you advocate that paperwork. If someone has an order of protection, you can't just throw the paper at somebody and expect them not to run after you and come after you. You have to advocate. You have to enforce that piece of paper, and you have to go to the precinct and you have to say, listen, I went to court, I got this documented, and now I need you to do your job. So it's much more than just having paperwork. It's about putting in that work as a collective. It's about having them enforce and demanding they enforce the paperwork. In this temple, we deal with Abraham Lincoln's executive will. It is law. It was made permanent parts of the Constitution, the 13th Amendment with 20 sections. So we have to demand that they enforce these laws. And we have the paperwork and we have constitutional law to back that up. It's not just about the paperwork, it's the power behind the people and the paperwork. It means nothing if the owner is not advocating. We have a process of freedom, it's lawful, and it's being backed up by constitutional law and Allah. So, once again, it's not just about the paperwork, it's about the power behind the people that's advocating, that's putting this paperwork to work. So we need more people. We need more people to proclaim their nationality. They need to understand what was made permanent parts of the Constitution. They have to understand there's a process to freedom since we fell, as the Deputy Sheikh clearly stated before me. So with that, I'd like to say Islam and peace.
Islam. And thank you for that beautiful demonstration and add-on, our Deputy Sheikhess. Definitely a pleasure to get the feminine energy on here and cooking with gas. Appreciate you much for your portion. And at this time, Deputy Sheikh Roy Bey, you have the floor.
Islam. All right, so first I want to rise to my highest heights and give praise to Allah, the great God of the universe, who is almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible. The universal governor of this world seen and worlds that are unseen, and give honor to John the Harbinger, also known to us as the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, both harbinger and forerunner to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honors to all true and divine prophets, naming Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius. I give honors to all you Moors who are on the call tonight, all of our sheikhs, sheikhesses, deputy sheikhesses, our national grand sheikh, our entire executive grand body. And I give the highest honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the last, in the first, second, and third form, Islam Moors. All right, so basically what I want to add on tonight is that the commentary that was given in the question, supposed paperwork, that denotes that the person that put forth the question either does not comprehend, is intellectually and mentally incompetent, and does not subscribe to the tenements of this demonstration. However, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali himself was a citizen, and we cannot separate the Moorish Science Temple of America from the founder, nor the congregation, because all of us are one and the same. So the executive will of President Abraham Lincoln has not been enforced. And because this is an ongoing issue due to the ongoing conspiracy that derived post-Civil War, we have an issue. And one of the issues that we have is that we are not true American citizens because the executive will of President Abraham Lincoln, inclusive of the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, has not been enforced. But I want to just say what President Lincoln stated. And I believe it was a supplemental Emancipation Proclamation, January 1st, 1863. So to the individual who put forth the question, you should listen up. Whereby declaring all persons held as slaves are forever free, and the executive government of the United States, including the military and naval authority thereof, will recognize and maintain the freedom of such persons and will do no act to repress such person or any of them, in any effort they may make for their actual freedom. Now, that puts the responsibility back on us for the descendants of slaves, as it was on our ancestors post 1865. Things have changed in the world since the Prophet Noble Drew Ali passed form. And this is what we must apply ourselves to today, the paperwork process. And we all have some more extended work to do. But please, if you do not comprehend that this is a paper government, and even though you may be J. Johnson Eel or Mike Thompson Bay in the temple, I ask you who put the question forward. If they go into the system today, will they be able to recognize you as such? And the prophet said, there is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government. And so, how are you recognized by this government? And if this government is doing everything according to documentations and paperwork, and you're not contesting nor protesting that demonstration, why are you over here trying to give protest to us for trying to utilize the tools we have that are constitutional and lawful so we may subtract the links off the chain of oppression? Grand Sheik Richardson Dinglewell demonstrated a powerful degree, and you should look into his work, which I'm sure you already have. This is probably where some of your criticism is coming from. And I understand the incompetency, but study helps to raise the consciousness of each individual, and the application and accumulation of facts helps to build our character and make us more fitted for what needs to be applied to. So we are using the same process that this government is using. They utilize documents such as the Jim Crow laws, 1724 Christian Black Codes. They utilize all kind of documents then to further ensnare and oppress us. And we are coming back with a similar demonstration to get up out of that ditch. So you should join us, regardless of your ignorance and incompetence. You should help to join us so we can free ourselves, because there are many Moors in the country who are looking like Moors, dressing like Moors, talking like Moors, but not recognized as Moors by this government. And again, we all have a lot of work to do, regarding this process. But do us a favor. Don't come on this call and refer to our documentations as supposed. We take umbrage to such remarks. I know I do. And I wish you would put your name out there. I would love to have a nice debate with you. You want to send me an email? My email is arleybay@gmail.com. Let's get into it. I'm here. Brother Cornelius Sanders Bay, Islam. I yield the floor.
Islam. And thank you for your demonstration, Deputy Sheikh Roy Bey. Appreciate you much, beloved. Islam. Islam, Sheikh Orton Bey, you have the floor. You're going to be the last one I take on this question, and we'll be moving on to our second question. You can press ***, and you have the floor, Sheikh.
Islam, appreciate you, beloved. Can I be heard?
Islam, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Islam Morris, your brother, Sheikh Isaiah Orton Bey, re-rising to my highest heights, giving all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God of the universe, who we Morris refer to as Allah, giving all honors to our last prophet in these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, the Honorable Prophet Noble Jew Allah, first, second, and third form, who brought us the divine message of nationality, birthright, and divine creed. Islam, Islamism. All right, beautiful commentary by everyone who spoke before me. Also, major honor and props to our good sister, Deputy Sheikis, Alyssa Thomas Bay. Beautiful commentary. Can you read that question for me, Brother Sanders Bay? Like I said, the brothers and sisters did a great job.
Indeed. The question reads, after all these hundreds of years with our people in slavery physically, then mentally, will the powers that be really set you free because of some paperwork? Islam?
Okay, Islam. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go at it this way. It's all about your mentality. your understanding, your position, like our Deputy Sheik has read in the beginning and of our administrative announcements, caveat emptor, more as we're upright, independent, and fearless, and we're following our prophet to a destiny that's unknown or not uncertain. So it has to be within yourself that you understand that something is wrong and there's something out there to correct and right this wrong. So to answer the question, I'm going to go into the prophet's literature, the warning, first paragraph, warning to all nations of 1928. The citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitutions, are of all one family, bearing one free national name. Hear what the prophet is saying now. Those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed, since you don't honor your ancient mothers and fathers, which is a divine law that we don't know about, we get classed as undesirable, and then we are subject to all inferior names, Negro, Black, Colored, Coon, Nigger, etc. The list goes on. The abuses and mistreatment that come from that class. Driving while black, second-class citizens. That the citizens care to bestow upon them, and it is a sin. Now, Prophet Noble Joel Ali is going into a conjunction. He gave us the breakdown. He's already letting us know those who fail to recognize their free national name, we're going to be classed as undesirable, and we're going to be subject to these inferior names and abuses. Now, he's driving it home. He's bringing it back to the divine. And it is a sin, separation in nature, S-I-N. It is a sin for any group of people to violate the national constitutional laws of a free national government and to cling to the names and principles that delude to slavery. So after all these hundreds of years, Prophet Noble Ali came with the hollow in 1913. Here it is. We in so-called 2021. All right, so after all these years of not listening or not being redeemed or taking the time to understand our Egyptian adept, our prophet before us, and take out the time to educate ourselves, we're still stuck in that class. But if we educate ourselves, if we come out of that ignorant state, as our good brother Deputy Sheik Rayleigh Bay was talking about, nothing wrong with being ignorant, Morris. You can become unignorant by just educating yourself, becoming learned. We're not learned in this free national government. We don't know how it applies to us. We don't know our foundation to it. This is why we're worried that the powers that be, will they recognize it? First and foremost, when you change your mentality, you know the power that be is Allah. And that power is within you. Let's go to the one-on-ones. What is that saving power? We got to understand and know what we have to effectuate it, as our sister was speaking of. You can talk this talk all day, but if it's not every part of you and you're not being that light, that marvelous light coming out of that utter darkness, they're not going to recognize it. How many times do we have to talk about a federal case? This brother was doing 30 years facing it. He pled guilty, came back, corrected himself. Back then, they didn't have this paperwork that we have now. This is the 70s, Moors. We have the only federal adjudicated case in reference to what we teach and preach at this particular temple, which is supposed to be taught through all the temples, because this is the process of how we proclaim our nationality. We've been out of the constitutional fold, Moors, so we have to come back into that. You don't believe what we say? President Trump said just because you're born here don't make you a citizen. Prophet Noble Ali said that too. So we're going to continue to ring our bells. We're going to continue to keep this light on, and we're going to continue to repeat ourselves, because repetition is the key. But at the end of the day, it's going to come upon yourself to believe in what it is we have here. I don't know. They didn't make it specific about the documentation because you got other documents that's out here bogus. But learn about the foundation. Once you learn the foundation, you'll know Prophet Noble Drew Ali works. He said we have to enforce the law to save the nation. The question is, what law is we enforcing, Morris? With that, I'll put a period behind my statements. Yield the floor back to you, good brother Sanders Bay. Appreciate the time. Peace.
Islam. Appreciate you in your demonstration, Sheikh Orton Bay. Appreciate you much. All my brothers and sisters gave a beautiful demonstration on the subject matter on that question. But like it was said, I just want to add a little piece. Definitely, we don't. Our documentation that we receive and we get is spiritual. So, like it was stated, and until you got to change your mind, your heart, you got to change all of those things. Because once you do that, then the power is in you, and you will have the power of knowing who you are, your nationality, your religion, and things of that nature. So with that being said, I'll be going on to the next question. Our next question for this evening reads, with Founders Day / Prophet Drew Ali's birthday approaching, what do you think his reaction would be about the current state of the movement he started today? And what do you think he would have us focus on? Islam, you press ***, state your name and where you're calling from. With Founders Day, Prophet Drew Ali's birthday approaching, what do you think his reaction would be about the current state of the movement he started today?
Islam?
Islam?
It's fine, brother. Cornelius Sanders Bay, Deputy Sheikh Brother Roy Berry rising again. Honors has already been given. I will just further proceed and be brief. That's a very good question, very interesting, and we could only speak from sources of opinion. And honestly, brother, I think the Prophet would have mixed feelings about today's Moorish affairs, because we're still at each other's throat, fighting very animalistically, egotistically, and we're not using strategy regarding a Moorish coat of arms so that we can come into the fold and hear what all of us have to say and why we say what we say, and, draw some respect from that and not go into the public and just attack each other the way we've been doing. And I also think that for those out there who claim to be or who say they are the original grand body, from the time of 1929 to now 2021, I think the Prophet would expect more from such grand body than what has been produced over the last several decades, since that's the claim to fame that some are running with, that they're the original, All of us, again, have a lot of work to do. And as long as we are faithful, we will strive to uplift fallen humanity under the 5 highest principles known to man: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But we have some work to do, but I also think that the Prophet will look upon some aspects of the Moorish movement and be very proud of what he's seen, because there was a misunderstanding as to what the movement was dedicated to. And there's some of us here who understand that understanding and are striving to the best of our ability to carry out what the movement was dedicated to. I want to give honors to International Grand Sheikh F. Turner Ill, a Moorish American trailblazer, for his work and demonstration that he did amongst us. Grand Sheikh Richardson Dingle Ill, and my National Grand Sheikh Brother Joe Bratton Bay, who I know was on the line. I love the brother very much. He is still holding it down with that torchlight in his hand. So, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali would have mixed feelings, I think, but at the same time, he would also look upon those who are his faithful members, his faithful followers. And he knows, as is stated previously by Sister Deputy Sheikah's Alyssa Thomas Bay, who the vanguards are in the movement. So I just yield the floor with that. Islam takes.
And thank you for that demonstration and getting the ball started and getting us rolling on our second question. Appreciate you much, beloved. Islam. Islam, Deputy Sheikah Alyssa Thomas Bay, got you cooking with gas tonight. Islam, you have the floor, sister.
Giving thanks, brother. This is Deputy Sheikah Alyssa Thomas Bay, re-riser to my highest height. Not going to take long because actually Deputy Sheikah Bay gave an excellent demonstration, and he's absolutely right. It's speculation, and I do agree with what he said. It would be like mixed feelings towards how he would feel because his goal and the tools he left for us is for us to know ourselves, study ourselves, uplift fallen humanity. And even though there are so many of us that are doing that, there are so many of us that are not doing it as well. There's confusion amongst Moors. There's confusion amongst all groups. Let's just make that very clear. No matter what movement you're in, whatever your religion, your doctrine, there is confusion there. But what I feel at times is disappointing is that we know historically who we are as a people. We know we have the truth. And we know that, we have a policy and we can trace ourselves back as Moorish Americans to our ancestors. So we know that what we're dealing with is really something that can benefit all of our brothers and sisters, regardless of what doctrine they deal with, and it will lead them to their salvation or them seeking their salvation. So I think that's what makes it kind of hard at times to kind of swallow the pill, that there's so much division at times, and, there's so many different fractions, and there's a lot of confusion. So I think he would have mixed feelings because of that, but he will also be happy to also look at how far we have come, and also look at, the true and faithful Moors, the ones that are doing everything they can. Even if they're not 100% sure, they still sticking at it, and they're doing what they can to uplift fallen humanity. As far as what I think he would want us to focus on, he would want us to focus on what happened in 1865 and what law was passed in 1865. And you learn that in this temple. And with that, I'd like to say Islam and peace.
Islam. And thank you for that beautiful demonstration and add-on. Our Deputy Sheikah Alyssa Thomas Bay is cooking with gas tonight. Definitely appreciate you and your energies. And at this time, I'll give Sheikh Orton Bay, I'll give you the floor. You'll be the last demonstration on the question before I bring National Grand Sheikh on. And you have the floor, Sheikh.
Islam, beloved. Good brother Sheikh Orton Bay, we rise into my highest heights, give all perfect praise to our mother, father, God of the universe, whom we Moors refer to as Allah, giving all honors to our last prophet in these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, the honorable prophet, noble Jew Ali. Islam. Okay. Yeah, that's a kind of a yeah, that's a question. Okay, say it for me one more time, good brother Sanders Bay.
Indeed. The question reads, with Founders Day / Prophet Drew Ali's birthday approaching, what do you think his reaction would be about the current state of the movement he started today? And what do you think he would have us to focus on? Islam?
Islam. Okay. Well, first and foremost, like our good brother Deputy Sheikh stated, and our good sister Deputy Sheikah Alyssa Thomas Bay, it'd be speculation. But again, we have to know and understand that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was not an ordinary man. We talking about, like I said, Egyptian adept, a prophet. He demonstrated different degrees, all right, and up until his prophethood. So the prophet know about his temple. That's why he made statements as if the temple is not right, the prophet's not right. Prophet also made statements in his verbal statements stating that there's a whole lot of Moors at this one place, and he said he can count on how many. I'm paraphrasing. He can count on how many Moors would be saved on his one hand. So Prophet knows his Moors. In 1928, he told the Moors that it's going to take them 50 years to understand what he did for them today. He knew the condition of his people. All right? So it's kind of hard to say what his reaction would be, when we still get millions of our people still saying they black and they proud, they holding up Black Lives Matter. So he knew and understood where we been, where we was going, and how we were going to get there. So it's coming upon us as missionaries, so us that hold him true in spirit, to be that light so that energy can emanate from us to our other people so they can know that our prophet has been here. They will see the footprints clearly cut when we demonstrate and do what's necessary to show that change within ourselves that our people want and need. All right? What will he have us focus on? The basics. Be yourself and not nobody else. You're not a Negro. You're not a black person. You're not an African American. You're not a Hebrew Israelite. You're a royal people. You have royal blood going through your veins. In Europe, to this day, the most expensive jewelry is still the blackamoor heads. This is what the so-called royal family, this is what they wear. This is their expensive jewelry, the blackamoor heads. So he will have us focus on the basics. Ourselves, knowing ourselves and Allah, becoming one with Allah, and applying that foundation to the national issue. All right? What's the issue? Being recognized, how we're classified and identified as our national grand sheikh states on many occasions. So it would be simple. It's Moorish science. It's not rocket science. It will have us focus on the basics because it's the basics, it's the foundation that's needed to build. If we don't have a solid foundation or a basic foundation, we're not going to be able to build to our highest heights. So the foundation is definitely key. So that's knowledge of self and our Father God Allah, and also focusing on, like our good sister stated, these key dates, 1774, 1865, knowing what happened to us, how it happened to us, why it happened to us, and what we must do in order to rectify this wrong. So that's my share in reference to the question on the floor in reference to that second part. Good brother, appreciate the time. Good brother Sanders Bay, returning the floor back to you, family. Peace.
Islam. And thank you for that beautiful demonstration, Sheikh Orton Bay. Appreciate you much, beloved. Indeed. And I just like to add a little piece. Basically, I have to say what everyone else said, my brothers and sisters said, and also, our prophet, he knows the ranks of the people in his temple and the people in the temple, and as the same people that was with him when he was here on this earth plane is the same people that's with him now, and the same people that was against him is the same people that's against him now, and basically he would have us to focus on know thyself and thy Father God Allah, and actually having us focus on our five principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and amongst other things also, as was already stated. But yeah, definitely. It's a beautiful question to get some thought stimulating going. But at this time, I would like to ask everybody to mute their lines and remain muted as I introduce and bring to the floor the National Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic, is none other than my brother, your brother, our brother, the National Grand Sheikh Joel Bratton Bay. Islam there, National Grand. You can press star, and we got 43 lines on the call waiting for you, and you have the floor. Islam, National Grand. Islam? Islam.
You hear me, Mo?
Yeah, I unmuted you. You were still on mute, National Grand.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Thank you much. Thank everybody for their participation, their commentaries. I love it all. Well, without further ado, I'm always going to rise to my highest height and giving all my love and praise to our God, Allah. Allah to me means all love, loving all humanity. And it's good to know your God. Giving honor to all of our ancestors, those that we speak of and those that we don't. And there's so much a part of us, in us, and around us. You don't see them, but they're there. Just got to tap into them. Just concentrate, marinate, and just feel the vibration that's within you through them. And giving honor to all our divine prophets, namely Jesus, Muhammed, Buddha, and Confucius, and our most illustrious, oh yes, our most illustrious Hebrew prophet in these days and times, last days and times, most honorable prophet, Hebrew prophet is none other than honorable prophet Noble Drew Ali, who's our Savior as well as our Redeemer. And we all should appreciate and thank Allah for sending us our prophet and giving honor to all of the Moorish staff and all the Moorish officials who I greatly, really do appreciate all the things that they're doing and will do pertaining to the mission and job that they have demonstrated in this movement pertaining to uplifting fallen humanity. And giving honor to all of our members and each and one of you who's on this call this evening. It's always my honor to be so much a part of you. And in love divine, I greet you. Islam, Islam, Islam. Thank you all much. It's always good to hear our noble sisters bring the vibration into the circle because it's not complete without them. And the questions that's on the floor, it's very important, Mo, that we really take time and internalize and step out the picture and see ourselves in these questions and see how we are going to relate. But the questions apply to us in such a vein that many of us are not familiar with, but yet it's on us. And by us coming on these calls, demonstrating the way we do to bring forth this truth with so much authority and proof of that truth, we should be very thankful and blessed that we're here. So, okay, my noble brother, we're on the latter question, so let's do this thing.
Indeed, National Grand. Our latter question reads, with Founders Day / Prophet Drew Ali's birthday approaching, what do you think his reaction would be about the current state of the movement he started today? And what do you think he would have us focus on? Islam?
Islam. Well, and hearing the noble brothers and sisters speak, which what they said was accurate and true. And you know, when you close your eyes and marinate on this movement and back in time, because the mastermind time never was when man was not, and you got to just go back, close your eyes and go back to a situation. And our prophet made us aware of these coming days and the attitude of the Moors and his literature. The Moorish literature explains certain things about what we're encountering today. And me personally, the prophet would spank us because he said that he's given us everything to save a nation. Now, free yourself. He didn't tell us how to free ourselves, but he gave us the bullet points. So, relating to that, the Divine Constitution and Bylaws, Act 1, says this. The Grand Sheik and the chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is in power to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the prophet and the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Excuse me. The assistant grand sheik is to assist the grand sheik in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. So, with that act in question, if he was here today, and yet he is in spirit, he would spank us because we're not living according to the tenets and the edicts of the organization. Our officials of the Moorish movement should be ashamed of themselves because we letting ego set in and we are relinquishing our purpose as officials to bring forth a harmony of truth among the members of the organization. There's so much ego going on, and I've said on occasion that word ego, E-G-O, means easing God out. And that's what so many of us has done. And we have become very egotistical, and even when certain laws are presented to substantiate what the prophet has intended for us to do and use, it's a deaf ear. Our eyes are closed, but yet the people are suffering, and we are in disarray. And by that being the case, look at what we are portraying, and we are better than what we portray. So our prophet would truly want us to unify under the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But as we know, is that being demonstrated as we speak? We're not adhering to the prophet's directions, his acts of law. And as one of the sheiks stated, the warning, that's why he gave us the warning. He warned us if we didn't get ourselves together. And the grand sheiks and the chairman and the officials of the movement is delegated to perform a task of lawful activity to present to all of us to adhere to, but it's not being done. That's why do you think the prophet gave us certain bullet points when he made reference to one issue? He said there's but one issue for them to be recognized by this government. And so we need to ask ourselves, our officials, are we laying out the process on how we are to be recognized by the government? Quite naturally, you're going to say, well, the prophet brought us our nationality and birthright, and we must proclaim the nationality. Okay, after you do that, then what? That's where we stop, because we don't know what else to do, but yet we do. But ego has gotten in the way and has put us in a very awkward position where the whole planet is beaming down on us and we're not performing our job. Just like a lot of the African countries are having the Europeans leave their country because they're taking it back. And we should be on the same page, but look at us. So when our prophet says there's only but one issue for them to be recognized by this government and of the earth, and it comes only through the connection of the Moorish divine national movement. See, some of our officials don't realize that the movement is both divine and national. They keep you on the divine side, which is great, but you have to have a balance. It's like the moon and the sun. There's always a balance. Left, right, up, down, night, day. You're wrong, you're right. Got to be a balance. And we are falling short. And so by that being the case, he's given us information to satisfy our concerns. And when he said that this divine and national movement is incorporated into the government and recognized by all other nations of the world, do our leadership understand this verbiage? How can we satisfy the prophet's edicts by not adhering to his divine statements and his instructions. How can the world recognize us as a nation? And especially when we are dealing with our children, whereby they can receive their divine rights unmolested by other citizens, only when we facilitate what the prophet instructed us to do. So he made us aware in the Moorish literature. He said to us in his plea to the nation, I mean, you can go into the Moorish literature and you will see various chapters of what the prophet has given us to demonstrate. And I'm just picking out this particular one, a plea, because he did plead to the nation about this movement. And he made us aware that the movement is what? A divine and national movement. And he made us aware that it stands for specific grand principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And he made us aware that he was applying to all loyal, faithful Moors. So, you know, a lot of times people, when you talk to the Moors, oh, I'm in the temple. No, you're not there. You just went through. But where are you? You're not paying dues. You're not living according to the life. And for you to say you're a member and you're doing all these damnable things, so who are you fooling? A man is, or a woman is known by his words, works, and deeds. So what you're showing is not Noble Drew Ali's teachings. So he's saying that all the American citizens, he would like for them to help him in this great uplifting act of uplifting fallen humanity among the Asiatic race and nations, because he suffered much, severely, in the past. Why? Because what? Through misunderstanding of what the movement was dedicated to. So that's where we are now. That's where we are right now. That's why so much division. Our prophet says no separation, no segregation. We are to unify as one body, one nation. But look at us. Shameful. And you know the great white father, know the teachings of Noble Drew Ali. These judges know. They got the record. You don't think and believe that down through the years that when the Moor always talk about Noble Drew Ali, they haven't checked him out? And to prove that they have recognized our prophet because they have put their seals and stamps behind his divine authority. We have the highest charter, but yet, look at it. You don't even know what it means or how to demonstrate it. So, our prophet is letting the people know, the movement, that there's a misunderstanding here. And reason why there's a misunderstanding, because these officials, when you tell them the truth, you're not talking about nobody. But it's time for us to realize our role in society. Because Allah is watching everything. The 7 eyes is on us. There's no escaping this examination. We in prophecy, people. Big time. Does it not say when you can't determine the men from the women, there'll be wars and rumors of wars, and from one season to the next? You know the time is near. We in it. We in it. So we need to realize the role that we must play. Our prophet is letting us know in his plea to the nations, he said that it is the great God Allah alone that guides the destiny of this divine and national movement. And he's letting us know that all true American citizens are identified by national descent names to answer and apply to the free national constitution of this free national republic of the United States of America. Well, see, this is where controversy sets in. This is where it sets in because, see, the people don't realize what it is for them to apply and answer to pertaining to the free national constitution, because they don't know what it is. So many of us think the free national constitution is the constitution that they present to us in these schools of learning, in the books, and what's being taught. They don't specify the word free national constitution. They just say the United States Constitution. So by us not realizing the impact and the role that we played in the formulating of this government, pertaining to that free national constitution, which is the organic constitution that the Moors established for all people to come into this body of government to be free, we don't have a clue that we were the progenitors of all of that, because we brought these people into our house and made them a part of it. So we don't know. So if you want to get back to that, there's a process. That's why our prophet says that we are known by our national descent names to answer and to apply to the free national constitution. So he used the word apply to the free national constitution. So how does one apply? That's where you have problems. Prophet didn't bring naturalization. He bring naturalization. He didn't bring this. He didn't bring no 13. So not all these things that you hear is because they don't know how to apply to the free national constitution. So we are charged to give you the blueprint on how to apply to the free national constitution. And this free national constitution is of what? Of this free national republic of the United States of America. That's why we have amended our article to include the verbiage, the Moorish American National Republic, to tie you back to the application of what our prophet is referencing here in this plea to the nation for us to come home solid. But yet, people, they don't want to cling to that. So the question is, going back to that question, what do you think he would have us focus on? Well, I just read certain things, and he gave us bullet points and the warning, and we must enforce the law to save the nation, and the law that we must enforce to save the nation. That's where our focus must be, is to get this government to implement the Emancipation Proclamation and its 13th Amendment with 20 sections to substantiate the freedom of us as a people. That's where we are. And that's the focus. So the question would be, how do we get the people to focus on that? Well, when the Great White Father speaks, we are listening. So how do we get people to focus on what our prophet is talking about? Well, on our website, we have a form it's a template that deals with the language of the Emancipation Proclamation. It's for everybody. For the pale skinned nations of Europe, they all tied into this too. That 14th Amendment made slaves out of everybody. They Negroes too now. All of us. Because we corporate slaves up under the 14th Amendment. Corporately slaves. But the prophet told us that slavery lasted until 1865, during that time of slavery, but this is a new era of time now. So why are we still calling ourselves black, Negro, colored, etc.? We fought to get from under that. That was a dehumanization, but look at us now. We still carrying it. But in his plea to the nation, he said you have to apply to this free national republic of the United States of America. So we have laid the foundation according to the prophet's true teachings to give you application to apply correctly, that so the man or this government can recognize you as who you really are. So yeah, our prophet will spank us. for what we haven't done pertaining to what he warned us would happen if we didn't adhere to his laws. And our prophet was a wise man, very wise, divinely prepared, like all the prophets of old, to a special people, the Hebrews here in the West, because we the Lord's tribes here. That's why he's a Hebrew Muslim of Moorish descent, and so are we. So, with that being said, and the things that we must do, and stemming from what everyone has demonstrated tonight, we can see the importance of what this is. And one other thing, well, the significance of what Noble Drew Ali brought to us and the movement that he has set up. And the name of this organization is the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic. We're going to deal with the Republic, which I already stated in this plea, but I'm going to reference the word North America. Because, see, the Creator scattered us to the four corners, y'all, because we disobeyed his covenant. But now, by him sending us our prophet, he's gathering us back. It's all coming out of the north. That's why we are the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, referencing that paragraph in the morning, the third paragraph, when it says that there's only but the one issue to be recognized by the government of the earth, and it only comes through the connection of the Moorish Divine and National Movement, which is incorporated in this government. So you see our name is all up in that. But to specify the inhabitants of the north, let's see what the Creator has to say about that in these days and time. That's why he sent the prophet. So when you go into Jeremiah 3, verse 18, he says, in those days the house of Judah, that's us, shall walk with the house of Israel, that's us, and they shall come together out of the land of the north. Are we in North America? To the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers. We have that inheritance, people. That's why the Liberty Belt is where it is, and that's why that Levitical Coast specify that we must proclaim our nationality. We must howl in the 50th year and proclaim liberty throughout all the land and to all the inhabitants. That's all the people here in the north, because we fell. So, and continue with that, when we read into the 16th chapter of Jeremiah, still dealing with the north now, verse 14 to 15, 16th chapter of Jeremiah, there's our 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, and the days have come, y'all, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Don't hear that. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from the lands whither he had driven them, and he will bring them again into their land that he's given us according to what he has stipulated unto their fathers. Our fathers. Who are our fathers? Abraham, Boaz by Ruth, Jesse, King David, Solomon, Hezekiah, Joseph by Mary, Jesus, etc. Alpha. So the covenant is exact. But in order for you to reap the benefits of the covenant, you've got to go through a process of application. honor your ancestry and your God. Why not? Why not? You're either going to be free or you're going to still continue to be held as a slave. These laws that they have on the books is slavery. The laws that they have put under the table and covered up is freedom. I'm going to leave that part. I'm going to deal with that in this first question. But once again, acknowledging the demonstration of the brothers and sisters, the noble brothers and sisters, and I got to emphasize the nobility because that's who we are, people. We're not some scum of the earth. That's why there's no Negro, black, colored person on the planet. They were marks of slavery. Our God didn't do that. Man did that. But it takes a divine hand to remove that sin and bring us back to life. That's why we're on these airways preaching this truth with absolute proof of what we say. Okay, my brother, let's get to the next question.
Indeed. Our first question reads, after all these hundreds of years with our people in slavery, physically, then mentally, will the powers that be really set you free because of some paperwork? Islam?
Islam, most thanks again. Well, thanking and acknowledging the brothers and sisters for doing a great demonstration on the question. And really, we need to take time with each other and listen to what we are saying about our issues and concerns. Because, see, we are the question and the answer to all of it. But if you don't know the question, how can you receive the answer? So these are questions that is before us, and we are demonstrating the answers to these questions. Maybe some may agree, maybe some won't agree. But the truth stands. So here it is. Well, hundreds of years, our people was in physical slavery. Yes, they were in the fields, picking cotton and doing the slave master's hard work, toiling in the fields and doing everything, making him wealthy, and we steadily getting poor. The law of freedom has been instituted, and now we are free. But they played the game, they flim-flammed us, and they flim-flammed it with the law itself. They set us free according to the 13th Amendment. They didn't specify, basically, even though they let us know that only had 2 sections to it. But I ain't going to say 13th Amendment, I'm going to say the 13th article with 20 sections. That's better. That's more exact to tell the truth. So they freed us, but then they enslaved our minds mentally. Now we're under mental slavery. That's the worst kind. So let's deal with this. The second part of that question, will the powers, no, you read that, Mo, the second part of that question. I don't want to mess it up. The second part of the question.
Indeed. The second part of the question reads, well, I'll just read the whole thing. It's just one question.
Well, the reason why I'm saying second part, because when it says that they had us for hundreds of years with our people in slavery, physically and then mentally.
Okay.
2 components there.
Okay.
I just dealt with those two. Where it says will.
Islam, National Grant. I got you. Will the powers that be really set you free because of some paperwork? Islam?
Islam, thank you, Mo. Well, let's deal with that. Will the powers that be? Will is a promise. It's not something exact. I will walk down the street. I will finish this paperwork. I will go to work. You haven't done it yet. I will. So will the powers that be really set you free because of some paperwork? Well, people, we already free. And the powers that be did set us free. They just hid it out, but yet they didn't. Because it takes a divine keen eye to break a man's seal, especially when they have come together with the powers that be to keep this under wraps. So now, the powers to be back in 1865 freed us. Yes, they did. Lincoln didn't do it by himself. He had the Congress backing him. He was the instrument behind it all. And so he put in the laws that they conferred on and confirmed that we were to be set free. And the average person don't know these laws that set us free. And I guarantee you, all of us on this call, those who pose the question, if you ask them in an intelligent tone, brother, sister, are you free? And if you're free, tell me the laws that freed you. And so many of us are educated with DDDs and degrees everywhere, but don't know this. Don't know this part. And to put more anguish to it, they give a little nasty statement in closing. They said because of some paperwork, because of some paperwork that sets you free. Well, it wasn't some paperwork. It wasn't ordinary paperwork. It was a lawful instrument that the Congress had to prove for a nation of people to satisfy their concerns. And that paperwork was styled and known as the Emancipation Proclamation of President Abraham Lincoln, inclusive of the 13th article with 20 sections, or the 13th Amendment with 20 sections. That's the paperwork. But see, what we don't know about the powers that be, the Emancipation Proclamation was warranted as permanent parts to the Constitution of the United States. So those who pose the question, they don't know what that is. It hasn't been taught. So some paperwork that freed us is very beneficial, and it distinguishes us once it's being applied. So when they wanted the Emancipation Proclamation as permanent parts to the Constitution on December 15, 1862, that deals with the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation that you don't know nothing about. What they teach is the January 1st, 1863, but in the preamble of that one, it gives you a date, September 22nd, 1862. You don't know what the verbiage is. That's the one that they utilize to make it permanent parts because it entails all the proclamations. It dealt with the nationalization process, it dealt with the colonization process, and it also dealt with the compensation process, which you don't know about, person who posed this question. That's some paperwork. Facilitates the authority of Noble Drew Ali. When he brought us out nationality and birthright, you must have laws to facilitate it. We all can say, yeah, the prophet brought us out nationality and birthright. Okay. Well, if he did that, and knowing that he did, then what do we do to live accordingly? How do we utilize the laws when we don't know these laws? That's why we're spinning in a circle. We're free people, just don't know the laws that freed us. Shame on us. Because if we really knew, we wouldn't be in this predicament. And check this out, powers to be. If the powers to be gathered us together, now I'm not talking about those who's conscious who know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the majority who don't know. If the powers to be would gather us together and said, okay, I'm going to ask you to present the correct paperwork that will allow me to recognize you according to constitutional law and according to divine law. What would you say? What would you present? Those who pose the question. If the powers to be put you in a meeting and said, okay, I'm the president, but I'm asking you a question in order for me to fulfill my job. Now remember, people, the president, your Congress representatives have taken an oath to abide by the Constitution. But by you not knowing what the Constitution really represents when it pertains to you about that freedom, you're dead in the water. So let me read a portion of what the oath is pertaining to these representatives that you don't want to talk to. Check this. And this is the oath of a United States Senator. It says, I do solemnly swear or affirm. And why they say swear or affirm? When you go into these tribunals, they ask you to swear or affirm. See, the swearing is for Europeans or pale-skinned nations. The swearing, the affirmation is for Muslims. Do you see two seals on a dollar bill? Are we not part and partial? So let me continue. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. So what Constitution are they talking about? They have not adhered to the what? Free national Constitution, which is the organic Constitution. They didn't take no oath to that. They took their oath to the de facto one, 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, and all the amendments thereafter. That's the oath they took. That's why nothing is being done on the side of humanity pertaining to the people. They've taken an oath to the corporation, because everything that they do in office, they give us crumbs, but big business get all the finance, get all the perks, because everything in your state is corporate. So they got to adhere to that oath that they've taken to substantiate their position in government. So let me continue. It says for them to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. Now, if they're going to bear true allegiance to the same pertaining to the Constitution, then how come they don't want to enforce this policy of freedom? But we put them in the seat. Everybody go out and vote, yeah. Vote for this, the Democrat, but y'all don't know the Democrats were the one who voted to keep us in slavery. All of our people were Republicans. We didn't get real answer until 1960. When things begin to do a tweak here and there, and they use this word to suck us in. Not knowing, and it was our own so-called black leaders who played the game with the great white father, because they boule. They use us against us to draw us in to the lie. So then it continues to say, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of invasion, and that I will and it stops there. Then it says, and I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So, are they defending anything pertaining to you constitutionally? Well, they can't defend you as long as we classify as black, Negroes, colored, etc. they can't live up to the oath, any oath, because you don't have no substance. So the things that they're doing, lawfully speaking, they correct. They are correct. But by us not knowing what this some paperwork represents, we fall into the mix because we don't know. But yet we think we know. Oh, yes, we think we know. So once again, getting back to that, if a government or the president, but I'm going to tell y'all something, this is a true story. We of the Moorish Divine and National Movement, Temple number 13, we've been on this national side since Grand Sheik Richard and Dingwall brought this information to us back in the 70s. We were very entrenched in the government affairs pertaining to the movement. And just to show you something, wait a minute, if I can find it, I want to read a letter. If I can find it, if I was thinking about this, I hope I can find it, but it's a letter from the Moroccan embassy. When we met with these folks, we had a very good relationship with them. And the other Moors, they wasn't on this page. But we had a very good relationship with the embassy. And they had a centennial to recognize and celebrate our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And we met at the Howard University. That's where we met. And there was a group of Moors from various states. They contacted us and they say, well, Bradbury, we hear you to here in the Eastern Seaboard, and we're having a centennial celebration honoring Noble Drew Ali. We would like your attendance, and we gathered a lot of officials of the Moorish paradigm to be in attendance. So we agreed to be a part of this meeting or this centennial affair. And so when I asked him, the brother, what is your platform? He said, well, Mo, we showing the Moroccan officials that we are the head and we gathering the Moors together to show unity so they can begin to really respect and recognize us. And this is what he told me. I said, oh, really? So I asked him, I said, well, so that's your platform? Yes, sir. Yes, he said. I said, well, we would be glad to attend. And this was, back in the 80s, y'all. I think it was around about 86. And he said, we would be glad to attend. So I said to the brother, I said, now, our platform is about the Emancipation Proclamation. So the brother had the dash. He said, oh, really? He said, oh, brother, I know about that. He said, all right. But see, I've been around these modes quite a bit. Been around. And I know the games they play. So when he told me that he was familiar, right? I said, oh, really? I said, tell me something about it then, brother. That's where I got it. So when I made reference to that, the brother said, yeah, she good. Oh, oh man, it's not about all that, brother. It's about getting that money, Mo, getting that money. I said, getting the money? Yeah, Mo, we're going to get that money. We're going to get that money. I said, wow. So check this out, yo. I found the letter. I'm going to read it to you. Well, let me tell you this story. Now, this is a true story. Then there was a person up in New York by the name of Jeff Azeel. He used to come down, meet with Dingle and all of us, and we told him the policy. Nixon was president. He goes back to the president, I guess his staff or whoever he met with, and they gave this brother $10 million. Now, he was coming being taught by Dingley on that. We was going, my staff now, we went up to the plaza, Noble Dwelly Plaza, on 3 occasions. I was very disappointed. But anyway, he got the $10 million and they constructed what is called Noble Dwelly Plaza. It was up in Brooklyn. So when we went up there, I was so disappointed. I felt like crying. The place was in squalor. The brother took that money and wasted it. You know, he got the place built. But whatever he did afterwards, it was shameful. Shameful. And he was at the Centennial. So let me just read. But I did record that. I still got the recording when he was telling everybody, y'all want to get the money, come see me. You know, there's other things I can say, but I'm not going to get into all of that. But I want you to read now. See, these moles didn't know. These moles was out of St. Louis. The brother's name was Randy Bay in the group out of Missouri. And up there, they were doing some positive things, but then they got a little crazy, doing some underhanded stuff and got jammed up. But nevertheless, we was already entrenched with the government here. We had a parking spot up at the Capitol building. Oh, yeah. We was doing a whole lot. We went through all the embassies. And all the embassies that we went to Saudi Arabia, all these places. You'd be surprised. I got a letter from the the Organization of American States saying that they would be glad to meet with us. I mean, it's a hell of a paper trail, y'all, really. But anyway, we had a close ties with the Moroccan embassy, and we even had them change the staff because we didn't see no olive-skinned people. They had them French Moroccans up there. So my assistant, Mr. Brother Davis here, he was close to the top administrator. We had them change the staff. The last time we come over there, they had changed them staff and put them melanated moles up in there. So, but they didn't know we already had a good relationship with the Moroccan embassy. But check this out. So let me read this. Now, all this is in reference to this question because the moles don't know about the paperwork and they don't know what has been done to satisfy our issues and concerns. They really don't. So check this now. It said it was 1986, January 11th to be exact, Howard N., Washington, D.C. And this was a speech of His Excellency Hati Jorio, Ambassador of Morocco, at the Moorish Centennial Celebration honoring Noble Drew Ali. And this is what this man said, just to show you where we were. It is a privilege for me and for the other staff members of the Embassy of Morocco to attend this. And they had all the officials up on the stage, you know. Oh, people. The Moors or something. They stiff-necked for real. But anyway, this says, the Noble Drew Ali Centennial Tribute Dinner. Please let me take this opportunity to express to you our collective appreciation for your kind invitation and my personal appreciation for having been chosen to receive the Ambassador of the Faith Award. We gave them this Faith Award. I am greatly honored. It is also a pleasure for us to be in the company of such distinguished guests as those here tonight and to the taking part in such a joyous celebration. We are happy to bring you all greetings from His Majesty King Hassan II and the people of Morocco. Now, those of you who have the book, The Black, the Negro, the Moor, you will see when King Hassan came here, he had us as part of his entourage. We ate dinner with the king. It's in the book, The Black, the Negro, the Moor. You see Granty Dingleville sitting at the table. We was all there. Pictures, Sheikah Cherio, her son, and others we out there in front of the building. But just to let you know the connection we had. So then it says, by now, I have been made well aware of your devotion to strengthening the ties linking the Moorish American community to Morocco. Morocco, for its part, welcomes your interests and your work for a better understanding between us. I would like you to know that your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Your initiative is to be both respected and encouraged. As to us, we in turn have every intention of doing all possible to make our relationship a vibrant and a special one. But for that goal to be met, we must also look to the future. We cannot limit ourselves to considering just the historical aspects of our relationship, thereby believing that good relations between us are a matter of faith. Rather, we should understand our cooperation to be a living entity, able to grow and open the future. It is here that we can begin to recognize the importance of our children's role. Whatever advances we make, it is our children who will have to follow through. Check this out, and I'm closing there. Morocco is awaiting your proposals. We are pleased and proud to have the Moorish community as one of the bridges between Morocco and the United States as a new voice in the network of our long-standing relationship. Thank you. Courtesy. I can't, it's like this. With Kingdom of Morocco, I just can't see the words because it's small. But see, then when they said proposal, see, then check this out, y'all. See, we have very close ties with the senators here, the governors and whatnot. I have a letter from the governor of Maryland said they would be glad to help us establish the Office of Moorish Affairs, and the senators sent us expert proposal writers to do these proposals, which we still have. So I'm just letting y'all know. See, all this stuff got to be revisited. But see, the link of connection and recognition is there. It's there. See, this movement is no joke. It's real. Very real. But we need workers in the vineyard. We have so many things already registered. We're waiting for these resources, and they're going to come. They're coming, people. Believe me, when they come, you all going to realize how blessed you are. Certain things I can't talk about, but there's hope in the wind, for real. For real. And everybody talking about what's going to bring the most back is tangibility, because see, they don't believe none of this. But see, as long as we got a paper trail to support our truth, and the government has confirmed it through their seals and documentation, and no other Moorish entity have none of this but us. So we was on this page for a while. I've been in meetings personally where people have said, we just wait for you all to get yourselves together. And look at our Moors today. So all this is in reference to the questions that's on the floor pertaining to our condition, our issues and our concerns pertaining to us as a Moorish paradigm. People, good people, because we good people. The world is waiting for us. To get ourselves together. Get now, prophet said, in unity there is strength, divided we fall. And look at what's going on. And the reason why it's so much dissension is because the most don't know what the national side is all about. Our prophet said they don't know what the movement is dedicated to. It's divine and national. How can you do one without the other? But a lot of it because I'm in this seat. Take me out of the seat. I don't care. But deal with this policy freedom for all of us. And there's so many things I would love to say on that issue, but I'm not going to advance the thought at this point. But I feel strongly that that letter I just read tell you something, because you ain't gonna get no other Moors coming this way. There's other documents I could read that blow your mind. You wouldn't even be able to see. You're gonna say, "Wow, these Moors don't want that." Well, see, every time you got good, you have evil right there with you. The prophet always told me, I'm talking about the prophet in the third form, this thing we were there. He said, "Son, your problem will be in your own circle." Because when he and I used to talk about the national business, I asked him one time, I said, "Brother prophet," I said, "when you was on this page, why didn't certain things finalize?" He said, "Son, do you see what's going on with you?" He said, "They did the same thing to me. I was going into D.C. with these moles. They were passing official notes, telling the people don't listen to him, just like they did that to me." That's why, people, the government had come to us. They had earmarked money for us, earmarked money, 4 accounts to operate, and the moles shut it down through jealousy. But it was on me to bring it back, because I had a good relationship with these officials. So enough of this. But see, the people that was around me wasn't right. And every time the government would come to assist us, Satan would be right there. I wasn't a grand sheik at the time. But nevertheless, I'm that now. So it wasn't time. On Allah's time, we can't determine that. But a man or woman is known by their words, works, and deeds. So we're going to move this thing forward, most regardless of all the negativity that's around us. The Lord got us. Why? Because we got him. So I don't want to continue with this, but I just want to share this information to let you all realize the importance of you. You've been in these schools, you got a skill, and you still come out and let the skill go dormant because you can't get a job here or there, but we can do everything we want to do that you want to do. So you realize that if you got a degree in some type of skill, we can also give you that degree or certification because you've already been confirmed through the other side. So now you got theirs and you got ours. So if something happened on their end, then you still in power on our end, which they don't have jurisdiction to tell us nothing. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Man, for real. So anyway, we're being blessed by the best and realize that. So I'm just closing, my good brother Cornelius. On this bay, my man. So, I'm just putting the period behind my conversation now. So, anyway, Moses, always my honor and pleasure to be with you. And keep the faith and realize that this is our time. As the scriptures say, and has been written, I remember a long time ago, I had one of those BSH, the tapes back in the day. And I was watching Nostradamus. He gave a prediction. He said when the industrial side of the government of the United States go down, he said the Moorish law is coming up and going to rule again. That's where we are. So see, the whole planet is up for a change. A positive note, but all these things that's happening, gotta happen. It's a cleansing process. I've said to y'all, our ancestors, they in the midst. They in the air, the water, the fire, and the earth. They there. Ain't no escaping this examination. They gonna get what's doing for what they done to us. But see, we ruled and we enslaved them first, but we didn't do to them that like what they did to us. We didn't strip them of their nationality and none of that. We just enslaved them. But look what they did to us. They know we the gods of the planet, but you don't know. So once again, thanking you all, and continue to, if you got children, bring them, send them to the Sunday school and the parents too. We got an excellent staff of sheikhs, sheikhs, and members, deputy sheikhs, etc., who've taken the time to formulate lessons and whatnot for us to have a foundation on what the prophet is all about. See, we're missing some things, but nevertheless, that's why I applaud the staff, Sheikh Red Hill, Sheikh Gloria Cherry Hill, and others, the staff that they have pertaining to the Sunday school, and these calls that we set up for you to bring in your questions so we can sit down and bond with one another and take time with one another to understand what is real as opposed to what's false. Because remember, the truth does three things: set you free, make you free, and keep you free. So all what this is pertaining to the paperwork is how these laws made us free. See, when you hear about them setting us free, you hear it, but you don't know how the laws made us free. So that's why we have the School of Law and History, so you can understand exactly what has taken place, when, how, why, and when, and what you're going to do about it once you know the truth. All right? Loving you much, always, love divine. Praise Allah for sending us our prophet, Noble Drowsy. Thank you much, Moses. Islam. Peace.
Islam. And thank you for summarizing our call and giving us the jewels and that beautiful, beautiful history that you always do bring about this time, National Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic, is none other than National Grand Sheikh Joel Bratton Bey. Appreciate you much for all you have done, will do, and haven't done. Love you much, National Grand.
Likewise, Moses, and everyone else. Love you, love you, love you.
Islam. Islam, Moors. Well, we have a total of 42 lines still on the call. We'd like to thank you all for your presence and your energies. However, at this time, we're going to be getting to close out, but you can catch us here next week, same time, same space. But as for right now, we're going to close the same way we open. Can I please have everyone who is able to stand erect, facing towards the east, heels together, toes apart, separated at a 45-degree angle, upper arms parallel to the floor, forearms perpendicular, 5 fingers erect and together on the left, and 2 fingers erect and together on the right. Allah, Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Ameen. Trusting everyone has a safe rest of the week. Keep safe, stay sane. Until next Sunday's creation, much love and peace, peace, peace.